Here's some straight talk, the kind of advice I wish I could have given my 20-year-old self to build a business a lot faster. I've been in this game for 27 years, and these are the hard-won lessons that truly make a difference. 1. Spend money to save time, not time to save money. Look, most people are obsessed with saving a buck. They pinch pennies, they DIY everything, and they end up losing countless hours. But here's the secret. You have to invest money to save time. In today's world, you can literally buy back hours. Think about it. Apps, delivery services, virtual assistants from anywhere in the world for a few dollars an hour. You can outsource tasks, get things delivered, and free up your most valuable asset, your time. Stop trading hours for dollars when you can spend dollars to buy hours. I used to spend entire weekends trying to fix a leaky faucet, convinced I was saving money. Now, I hire a plumber, and that time is freed up for strategy, for family, for growth. It's a no-brainer. 2. Solve problems for rich people, not broke people. If you want an easier life, a thriving business, and a truly great job, go solve problems for people who have money. Broke people? Bless their hearts, but they will be a pain in your butt. You'll deal with late payments, endless drama, and the expectation of everything for next to nothing. Rich people are generally way easier to work with. They value solutions, they understand the cost of expertise, and they're willing to pay for it. When I first started, I took any client I could get. I remember one client who haggled over every invoice, delayed payments, and then demanded extra work for free. It was exhausting. Now, I focus on clients who understand value, and my business thrives because of it. 3. Sell before you build anything. This is a game changer. My default, as soon as an idea sparks, is to immediately find a customer. I sell before I've ever built a single thing. Every software company I've started, every coaching program, all my media ventures, I always sell first. Then I figure out how to build it. Why? Because it validates the idea, gets you cash flow, and forces you to create something that people actually want. I once spent months developing a complex app, pouring my heart and soul into it, only to find out nobody wanted it. Now, if I have an idea for a new course, I'll put up a landing page, run some ads, and see if people sign up. If they do, then I build it. It saves an incredible amount of wasted effort. 4. You don't manage time, you manage energy. If I could go back and talk to myself about how I structured my life, I'd tell myself to stop just responding to whoever needed my time. Instead, I'd say, put those projects and tasks together throughout the day based on the energy you'll have. You have different energy levels in the morning versus the afternoon, right? Maximize that. I used to schedule back-to-back meetings all day, every day, and by 3 p.m. I was drained and unproductive. Now, I front-load my creative and strategic work when my energy is highest, and save administrative tasks for when my energy naturally dips. I get so much more done. 5. Simp scales, complex fails. The best way to build an awesome life and a successful business is to keep it simple. Don't have a million options. Don't try to manage a dozen different things. Don't let people keep adding features to make it better. Fight for simplicity. Complexity is the ceiling of growth. When I first launched a product, I thought more features equaled more value. I ended up with a bloated, confusing product that customers struggled to use. When I stripped it down to its core, essential features, it flew off the shelves. Simple products are easier to understand, easier to sell, and easier to scale. 6. Cash flow is critical. Don't finance your customers. If people want to buy from you and you have fixed costs, have them pay you enough to cover those costs up front. If you have to finance that through a line of credit or investors, you're essentially supporting their growth and their business through your bank account. I want them to pay me up front. I want to finance my growth through my customer financing. I once took on a huge project that required me to front all the material costs, and then the client paid in installments over 6 months. It almost sank my business. Now, deposits are non-negotiable, and I structure payments to ensure I'm always cash flow positive. 7. Model and modify. So many times, I've had people I coach try to modify my instructions right out of the gate. I learned this the hard way myself when I worked with a coach. I'd take what they said and think, well, mine's a little different. I'll do it this way. And it turned out, it didn't work. Why? Because I modified too much. When you learn something new, do it exactly as they say. Get traction, get results. Then, and only then, can you modify. Don't reinvent the wheel before you even know how to drive. When I started implementing a new sales script, I stuck to it word for weeks, even when it felt awkward. Once I saw the results, then I started tweaking it to fit my style. 8. $50 to fix it. This is huge leverage in your business. The number one way you move faster is to allow people to make decisions on your behalf when you're not around. I give everyone on my team the power to solve a problem if it's less than $50 without asking me. They just have to tell me they did it afterwards because they have to expense it. This empowers your team, speeds up problem solving, and frees you from being the bottleneck for every little issue. Imagine an employee needing a new mouse. Instead of a multi-day approval process, they just buy it. It seems small, but these little delays add up. 9. Be patient with results, but impatient with action. Some people stress themselves out and get overwhelmed because they have this big vision for their life, and they don't see it materializing yet. When you have an idea, do it, and be consistent over long periods of time. Don't do a lot and then slow down. It's not a sprint, it's a sprint within a marathon. You need to be patient for the seeds you plant to grow, but relentlessly focused on planting them every single day. I used to get frustrated if I didn't see immediate success from a new marketing campaign. Now, I understand that consistent, daily effort, even if the results aren't immediately visible, is what truly builds momentum. 10. If you think you have the answers, you're in trouble. It's impossible for you to actually know how you're about to do the thing you need to do without going and studying it, without learning it from somebody else. I tell this to my team all the time. If you think we're going to win by the knowledge and the experience we have in this room, we're all in trouble. We all have to go outside this room to learn so we can bring those best practices back here and execute faster. Curiosity, continuous learning, and humility are your greatest assets. The moment you think you know it all, you stop growing. 11. Don't waste time on hypothetical problems. So often when I'm coaching people, they ask me about a scenario that hasn't happened. Hypotheticals are hypocritical. Don't make up situations that haven't happened so you can solve problems that aren't problems yet. Instead of the ones you actually have, focus on the things that are real, not made up. You'll paralyze yourself with what ifs. Focus on the here and now, on the actual challenges in front of you. I used to lose sleep over potential market crashes or competitor moves that never materialized. Now, I address problems as they arise, saving my energy for real solutions. 12. Measure everything and make it visible. My philosophy is that sunlight sanitizes all problems. First off, you've got to measure if you're doing it right. Step 2 is to make it public to everybody. In my studio, I have 2 dashboards for the different engines of my business that every person can see, with names next to every metric we monitor. That way, there's accountability. If you measure it, you can manage it. What gets measured gets improved. When my team started seeing our sales conversion rates on a big screen in the office, everyone became more aware and more focused on improving it. It wasn't just a number to me, it was a visible goal for the whole team. 13. Focus stands for follow one course until successful. I can't tell you how much wealth has been destroyed by distraction. Instead of saying, I'm going to do one thing and follow one customer in one market in one area and make $1 million, people think, well, I'm going to do this and this and this, and I have 17 side businesses. That's not focused, that's a distraction. And you're not that good yet. Pick one thing, master it, and then move on. Trying to juggle too many things means you're mediocre at all of them. My biggest leaps in revenue came when I narrowed my focus to a single product line or service until it was a resounding success. 14. Be the smallest person in the biggest room. When I look around my peer group, I want to feel like I'm trying to keep up with everybody else, like they're so far ahead of me. If I'm the big dog in my little city, I've got to go find a new city. If you're the smartest person on your street, you've got to move. If you're the top person in the room you're in, go find a bigger room where you've got to fight to get into. These are not things you can easily get access to. Many of them, at the highest level, are invite only. Which means you've got to figure out who's got the room, who created it, and how you create enough value to even be considered to be invited. But that has transformed my life. Seek out mentors, join masterminds, put yourself in challenging environments. 15. Play to win, don't play not to lose. Too often, people are trying to think about risk mitigation, trying to save every penny because they can't predict how they could keep doing it over and over. So they're playing defense, not offense. You want to wake up every day and go, how do I win? You don't even want to talk about considering the option of losing, because that energy will get you focused on it. And what you focus on expands, and you don't want that. Take calculated risks, pursue opportunities aggressively, and maintain a winning mindset. If you're only focused on avoiding failure, you'll never achieve true success. 16. It's not who you know, it's who knows you. I believe that your network is your net worth. Back in the day, I worked really hard to know the right people who could solve problems for me. Now, I make sure that I have a personal brand and a reputation that precedes me, so that when I need to solve a problem, those people are willing, wanting, and available because they know who I am, not necessarily that I know who they are. Build your brand, consistently deliver value, and let your reputation do the networking for you. 17. Broke people get good at doing tasks, rich people get good at avoiding them. Just because you can, doesn't mean you should. And honestly, the thing that you're best at becomes your Achilles heel as you grow because it's the thing you'll be most critical of somebody else doing for you that you give away last. If you want to be rich, be lazy. Don't give people the answers to the test. If you buy back your time, make sure it stays sold by not doing their work. Delegate aggressively. Your value as a leader isn't in doing tasks. It's in setting the vision, strategizing, and empowering your team. 18. Working hard actually means doing what scares you. Too often, people talk about, I'm hustling, I'm working hard. No, you're not. Show me the anxiety you have around that task. Tell me where you're outside your comfort zone. Because what I see is somebody that's working long hours, yes, hard by your definition maybe. For me, it's what scares you, that you don't want to do, that you know if you do will expand you. That's what working hard means. Growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone. True, hard work isn't just about putting in hours. It's about pushing your boundaries and tackling challenges that make you uncomfortable. 19. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Most people doubt themselves to even start. They imagine this future of what could go wrong, so they have all this fear around even taking action. What I've learned is fear gives bad advice. Do things in spite of fear. Courage is not the absence of doubt. Courage is taking action in spite of doubt. Don't let the fear of what might happen stop you from taking the first step. Every successful venture started with someone brave enough to try. 20. Build the people, and the people build the business. This is one of the most powerful lessons over the years, and I wish I would have learned it when I was 18, 19, or 20. I would have invested in being a better leader for my people. I would have understood how to create a scenario where the people that I wanted to hire would want to work for me because the best people, they're very employed. What I've discovered is the ability to develop a person and understand their dreams and their aspirations and align their personal development to their achievement of their dreams. That is the skill of leadership. Your team is your greatest asset. Invest in their growth, their well-being, and their future, and they will build your business beyond your wildest dreams. 21. Your team should work harder on themselves than they do on their job. Every Monday, I do leadership training, and I start with this quote where I encourage them. Please, 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 work harder on yourself than you do in your role. Because in doing that, you'll be better for your job, you'll be better for your team. And that's a weird one for a lot of CEOs or entrepreneurs to understand, but that's what they should be asking. And if you do it for yourself, you'll be more for the people that need you most. Encourage personal development. A more capable, well-rounded individual will always be a better employee. 22. Train, don't tell. The thing I see bad bosses do all the time is they run around telling people what to do. They correct, they fix, they tell. The problem is that if you keep doing that, you'll always be the bottleneck, because if they don't get told how to fix the problem, they won't do anything. Instead, train them. Talk about the philosophies, the principles, the process to help somebody do the work right. If you train them, they'll scale. If you tell them, you'll fail. Empower your team with knowledge and skills, not just instructions. 23. Lead like you're 5 years old. The other day, we were remodeling my studio office, and my GM comes in and asks me, Hey, what are you doing with those shelves? Are you going to design them? I just stared at him, and I was like, I don't know. I looked at him, and he goes, Oh, got it. That's my responsibility. I was like, yes. He goes, okay, heard, and he left. He started working on hiring a designer to design the shelves because he runs the studio, not me. It's his responsibility. If you run around and keep telling everybody what to do, then you'll never grow your business, because they'll keep coming to you for the answers. Trust your team to own their areas of responsibility. 24. Results over effort every time. I have some incredible leaders who work for me, and sometimes they tell me they're working really hard, and they're putting in super crazy hours, and they're trying to get the results, but they don't show up. The only difference is either the person can figure it out and get the result, or they complain about the effort. And having been doing this for 27 years, I will tell you, I don't care how hard somebody works on my team. I care about the results. Effort is commendable, but results are what drive the business forward. Focus on what gets done, not just how much time is put in. 25. All business problems are just personal problems that manifest in your business. If you're stressed out at work, it's because you're probably stressed out yourself, and that's something that happens at home. Your work is just an amplifier of who you are. So if you learn how to be a better leader at work, trust me, you'll be better for your family. Address your personal well-being. A healthier, more balanced you will translate into a healthier, more balanced business. 26. People problem versus process problems. Anytime there's an issue in my business, I default to a process problem, not a people problem. Most CEOs, when something happens, they go, "Oh, that person did this." Nope, you hired them. Is there a process? Show it to me. Oh, there's not. If you're the leader, guess whose fault that is? Yours. Fix the process, train the person. If it happens again, now you know you have a people problem. Look for systemic issues before blaming individuals. Often, a flawed process is the root cause of repeated mistakes. 27. Know what your time's worth. Rich people value their time. Poor people don't. It's that simple. The reason why there are small businesses is because small business entrepreneurs don't value their time. They don't even know what it's worth. They can't make a decision to say no because they think everything is a yes, because they want to be busy. That's not how you grow your business. Understand the value of your time per hour and make decisions that reflect that value. Say no to anything that doesn't align with your highest priorities and the highest value activities. 28. I have to work with you before I work with you. I never hire somebody until I have the opportunity to collaborate with them. I don't want to have the first time that we ever work together being after I hire you, after you quit your job, join my team, and now I see how we collaborate. That's crazy to me, so we always do test projects. I pay them for it, and it happens before we ever give them the job offer. This audition process ensures a good fit before making a long-term commitment. It saves so much heartache and wasted time down the line. 29. Use the 10-80-10 rule to delegate without losing control. A lot of creatives are scared of giving up projects that feel like art to them, like they need to have their special touch. That's why the 10-80-10 rule is so powerful. It's 10% ideation up front to set the picture of what needs to get done. Then 80% execution by the other person. And that last 10% is integration, where you get to sit down and add your fingerprint to the magic that makes it you, so that it can have the feel of completion. It's the art form. It's the thing that actually makes it work, not the busy stuff. This method allows you to maintain quality and your unique touch while freeing up your time for other priorities. 30. Have dreams big enough for your team's dreams to fit inside of. If you want to hire great people and keep great people, you need to have a vision big enough for your team's dreams and goals to fit inside of it. If you don't do this, they will find somebody else that does. That's why I see great people leave companies all the time to go start their own company, to go build this massive success that they could have built inside the company they were at beforehand, but the leader didn't have this philosophy. Inspire your team with a vision that extends beyond the company's goals to their personal aspirations. When your success helps them achieve their dreams, they'll be loyal and driven. These are the 30 lessons that would have fast-tracked my business by years. They're not just theories, they're battle-tested principles. Now, the question is, which one are you going to implement first to start accelerating your own business?